Hey everybody, this is Tech with Chris. Calling you back to you another video. Today we are going to oh no, no, don't do that. See my screen. Just set up here. So here we go. Um, this project is basically this project is basically to to debug a the overview of the project. A local media company recently reported an issue on their production environment. Their contact form is previously working fine has suddenly stopped sending notifications and storing messages in their database. As this contact form is part of a service architecture using API Gateway, AWS Lambda, DynamoDB, and Amazon SNS. Since the issue started, the company has missed several different important clients' uh, messages, risking customer trust and reputation. So, our solution would be as we take a role in cloud support engineer, we investigate the broken serverless flow using tools like CloudWatch, IAM, and the AWS console. We can diagnose the issue by tracing the flow of data, identify the failure occurs. Then we can apply the fixes to restore full functionality. Ensure that submissions are stored in DynamoDB and email notifications are SNS. So the project is, as a cloud support engineer, your responsibility is to identify to resolve issues in production service flow. In this project, you assimilate wide, a real world ticket by investigation a broken firm integration. You will explore CloudWatch logs for Lambda functions, verify IPA, and check IPA permissions, download DB status, SNS, subscription help. This project was how different interact and help you build debugging skills on cloud-based environments. So the services we're going to use today is um, Amazon API Gateway, Amazon AWS Lambda, Amazon DynamoDB, Amazon SNS, Amazon CloudWatch, and IAM. So we will first start off with deploy a cloud formation stack which contains the broken serverless components. This critical step simulate troubleshooting scenario. This stack will necessary services such as API Gateway, AWS Lambda, DynamoDB, SNS, but particular issues contact form to be working properly. Setting up this will diagnose the so cloud formation is basically infrastructure as code. So that's very important if you're new into the industry. Well, first get your basics down, then you can learn get the fundamentals down first, and then you can jump on this stuff. But I've seen a lot of um, I've been doing a lot of research as of late, and it seems like that's going to be the trend going forward. So there's no more manually doing things. This all everything's automated because of AI. So it's a very important skill that to survive in the industry you might want to learn because it's very very important. So I'm learning it. Um, I might start learning Terraform soon. So just keep eye on that video. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our into our console and we're going to click on Cloud Formation. So we're going to click on Create Stack. As you can see, you want to go with New Resources Standard, and then you want to. So you got options as you can see. You got to choose. So you want to go with this option, and it's specified template. Since we got a template already set up for us, so you want to click on upload template file, and this will be a YAML file. So I just want to let you know. So you click on choose file, So you want to click on cloud formation. So you want to click on cloud formation like so. And with resources. So you got two options. You want to choose is this a template or build uh, from infrastructure composer. You want to click on this specify template. So we got a template already set up. So we want to do upload template file. So it's going to be a YAML file. Just want to let you guys know. So you go to next. So we'll give it a name. Contact form. So you want to have an email address on file to for SNS to shoot out the notification because you're going to have to later on in this project you're going to have to subscribe to the notifications. So keep that in mind. So you click next. So you leave everything. You leave everything default. So you want to click on analysis. Confirmation might create IAM resources. You want to click on this. Then you go to next. And then you hit submit. Going. So I just want to let y'all guys know it takes about um, 5 to 10 minutes. Hypothetically, it could take. So we could refresh. But anyway, there's some events as you can see um, through all the servers we'll be working with today, and then you got so these are very important too. The outpost. These four are very important um, as we go through the project. Just it has been created. So these are very important. Um, you want to go to your email to verify if it got sent. So you want to verify this real quick. This is a very important step. So this you need this. So it did go through. So you want to open, but you don't want to confirm it just yet. What we're going to do is we're going to go into we need to go into different services today to verify to form a hypothesis what could be going on. So our first one we will do is Lambda, which is this is uh, uh, this is this is for our code later on down as you um, this is basically we had to run our code through Lambda ultimately. So what we want to do is we want to click on form the we want to click on this function here and review the code because this is very important. We need this. If no one knows what this is, it's where you can test, you test your code in this service. It's serverless, so you don't have to provision any servers or anything like. It takes time to set up, as you can see. So you want to hit accept. But I did do this once before, so it did work. Um, so I did run this project. I did do this project on my own, and I'm just um, showing. So what we want to do is we want to go to configuration, which is very important. We need this. Um, we would hit permissions. So you go to permissions on the, as you can see on your left there. So this is very, very extremely important. On So now we want to check DynamoDB for our database. So you want to go to tables. So you click on contact form submissions. So we want to, and then we want to click on explore items. So we can see what if we have anything in here that needs to be verified. And nope, we don't have anything. So now we want to go to our SNS topic. So click on, so what you want to do is you want to click on topics on this. Then you want to do um, contact form notifications. You want to scroll down. You can see we got our pending confirmation to the email we just received. And now we want to go to API Gateway. This is where API Gateway and Lambda they go together. Was it API is basically it's where they APIs software use APIs to talk to each other basically. So you want to so we want to do the you want to click on the contact form API like so. And then we want to go to resources. We're over there. Then you want to go to post, mean submit. You want to go to post. So the confirmation apparently has potential issues needed to diagnose through these sections. So we got missing IAM permissions um, and unconfirmed So the issues we have is an unconfirmed SNS subscription. So we'll do that later. And then we got some issues in the code in Lambda that we need to fix today. Um, why is this important? Because the service architecture IAM roles control what services communicate with each other. Without the current permissions, your Lambda function would not be able to write it to DynamoDB or publish messages to SNS. So the second reason is the confirmed subscription needs to be confirmed. The reason why this matters is SNS requires this void confirmation from email subscribers before they deliver message to them. This is a security issue to prevent unwanted email notifications. And then number three, the reason why the code may not work is when even with perfect if the code logic is flawed, the system will not behave correctly. Identifying code issues is a very critical skill for cloud support engineers. So this is very, very so this will prevent your job is to find them and fix them. So what we're going to do is we're going to document everything because that's what you got to do in IT. You got to document everything. So in this section, we'll test serverless infrastructure to confirm and document specific issues with the contact form. In this step, critical any troubleshooting process we need to see before we can officially fix it. We use AWS testing tools to identify where the data flow breaks and document our findings systematically. So you want to go back. So we need to. So we start off with we're already at. So we're at API gateway. As you can see, we're in there. Um, so what we would need to do is we need to. We already did that. So verify is integration. So we need to make sure that our the methods integrated with the Lambda function. So we need to so now we go to stages and you want to look for a U in your URL like down here. This is what you want to see right here. So when you go back to your cloud formation, so go post. So you want to make sure that this right here matches the URL endpoint you want to make sure that this matches what's in the API gateway. It's very important. So, so we'll go back into there. And it match, as you can see, it matches the same the UPL. So we're good there. So the next step is to prepare the test of the contact form. So what we want to do is we want to what we want to do is the post method we want to click. So go back into resources. And we want to hit the test tab right here. And there's some code that you need to put in to test it. This is on JSON. So you put this, you take this like so. And then what we want to do is you want to hit test on the bottom, which is very important. You want to hit test. As you can see, we got an error. We got a server error. So what we want to do is we want to make this a 200 area error. So we want to note. We want to notice. We want to do documentation. Now, take notes of any specific area messages. Create observations. So what we want to do is we want to did the API function with success message despite the functionality. Did it return the error directly? How long did the request take to process? So this is very important. So now we need to go to DynamoDB. So now we go back to tables. You click on contact forms like we did the last step when we were in here. And then we want to click again on the Explore table. As you can see, there's nothing in here. So is there any, so if there's not anything, that means the fail operation is failing. So this confirms it. So you want to go back into SNS, just check in there, see what we can see what see what's going on in here. So what we can do is we can check our email, see if we got anything, any new any new emails from AWS. And no, we do not have. We don't have any. So if not, this confirms that the SNS notification is failing. This is what this means. So now we need to go into Lambda, back into Lambda. So we go back into Lambda. We go to processor. And then we go to the monitor tab. So this is what we do. Go to the, like so, we go to the monitor. As you can see, they have got error, you got success rate, and then you see there's a little dot right here. So what we want to do, why does this matter? It confirms that the API gateway successfully triggered the API function. If there's no reversion, there might be an issue with the API gateway configuration rather than Lambda function itself. So what you want to do is we want to go down, we want to scroll down to the CloudWatch logs, which is very important, especially when you're trying to become a cloud support engineer. This is really where you're going to be working with most of the time. So as you can see, so yeah, you see. So why this matters? This resource identifies essential throughout troubleshooting process and help you rekit and inspect each component of the architecture. So what you want to do is now we can power all our systems. So now we have an API returns a 502 error when tested in the console. There's no entry to trigger the DynamoDB tab after form submission. No email notifications form submission. The API gateway appears correct. Then the Lambda function appears to be triggered but encounters errors. So basically what you want to do is you want to form a initial hypotheses that might be causing the issues. So there's four things that I can think of that would not make this thing work. Number one is Lambda function may have significant permissions to have access to DynamoDB or SNS. Number two, SNS subscription may not be confirmed. Three, Lambda function might not have code errors or missing dependencies. Four, the Lambda, if might not be configured right. So this is when you're a cloud support engineer, you need to approach to create hypotheses to based on systems that guide random trial and error approaches. So you're not wasting time on just trying and error. You need to document what could be the problem. So now we'll go to the next section. This section dive Lambda function identify the root causes of our form failures. Our CloudWatch logs provide critical insights what's happening inside a Lambda function if it executes. These functions are pinpoint significant errors and permission errors to pinpoint more functionally. This is investigated a permanent skill for any cloud support engineer. So what you want to do is you want to go, since we're already back into Lambda, um, we're going to stay in Lambda. So what we want to do is we're going to um, we're going to make sure the code's up to par. So as you can see, this right here may be the issue. Um, So what we want to do is we want to click on the configuration tab, go back into functions, we're going into configuration. So what we want to do is we environment. As you can see, you want to verify the SS topic RAN. It's very important. You want to verify that. You want to click on then you want to click on permissions. And this will take you to IAM. So just want to let you guys know. So you want to click on this. So now we want to we got permission policies, we got landed basic execution role. So we need um so this is only going to write for CloudWatch, but we need so as you can see, it only shows you CloudWatch logs. is we want to go to the Lambda, back into Lambda. I mean, I know this is a lot of steps, but as a cloud engineer, you need cloud support verifying with this. So we go to minus. So we want to click on this to learn. It's it basically it does X-ray is basically it just provide a interview view of your application. So that's basically what it is. It just highlights the traffic latency and errors for each node and its connections, basically. So that's another service um, that needs to be. If you're a cloud support engineer, you need to learn that. Um, I don't have much experience with it, so it's something I need to learn too as well. I'm still learning, trying to grow at this thing. So, um, but anywho, so you want to click on um, but you could go into CloudWatch. So we're going to go into that and see what the logs are looking like. So you go to the log groups on the left hand side there. So now we want to click on Lambda. You want to click on that one. So as you see, you got all these log streams that you can click on and try to investigate what it could be. Then you see there's an error type, there's a endpoint module error. And then so we want to carefully investigate any of these logs. We want to investigate, we want to see if what could be the issue here. So we can get this unstuck and we can so what we want to do is we want to document our exact how long was the attempt, what's timestamp of the error. So you want to update your hypotheses. So what we got now is we want missing dependency. The UUID is not valuable to the Lambda environment. Then you got possible IAM permission issue, but they not lack permissions to write to DynamoDB or to publish SNS um, the topic. So since we got a clear understanding of the log issues, we are ready to move on to the next section where you trace and identify the full architecture to confirm all components were properly connected. So basically, the architecture is the client sends the form submission to the API gateway endpoint, forwards a request to the Lambda function, then the Lambda function processes the data form and writes the data submission to DynamoDB and notifies the SSNS. Then SSS sends a email um, notification to the subscriber email address. So what we want to do is we got to go back into um, API gateway once again. And then we want to click again on the contact form API. Then you want to hit, we're already in resources, so we don't need to go to that part. So what we want to do is we want to verify that we have the root, the child of resource, and the post method on the resource. So we want to verify it. We have all three, as you can see. So we're good there. Then we want to click on the post, the last one here. And then we want to verify we want to click on monitor request to, and then we want to verify three things. Authorization is set to none. No API key is required. No request violators. So you can see there's nothing there. So now we want to verify the integration request view. And then we want to verify, is it a LAN function? Is it set to as you can see it is. It's a lambda function type and the processor, the lambda function. So that's all good. Now we want to check the API deployment. So we go to settings. We go to stages, sorry. Now we go to pod. And then we want to once again we want to make sure that the remote URL matches the one in the stack in CloudFormation. Then we want to go to DynamoDB. So what we want to do is we want to click tables. So we want to click on contact form submissions. So now we want to verify if the table access is active, status is active, the primary key is ID, and is it on demand. So as you can see, it is active. Everything is um, good. So as we can see. So now you want to go back into check to explore tables, to explore items. And as you can see, there's nothing there. So if it's failing, that confirms that it's basically the right operations are failing. So basically we go to SNS again. So you want to click on topics. You want to click on right here. So I want to the IRA. We want to verify if its Atlanta voice is not matched to the digital topic, the publisher will fail. This is a common issue in cloud architecture where resources will not reference each other by RARN. So this is a common issue. So what we want to do is we want to scroll down and we want to verify once again the subscription. So everything's pending. So now we want to access the access policy. We want to go in there and verify that. That's very important. As you can see. So now we want to go back into Lambda. Click on our function. So now we want to go configuration. Now we want to go. Want to so I want to note the role name on this. We want to note that. That's very important. So now we want to click on this. Trusted so there's a trusted in here. So that should match that. So as you can see, now we go to permissions. So we want to document this. So need to be added. So we need DynamoDB permissions, the action is to put the item in DynamoDB, and we need SNS permissions to publish it. So what we want to do is we go back into Lambda. So you can see there's um, there's a line that we may need to change. So it's a dependency issue. Cannot function requires if it's not included in the Lambda environment, this module seen in CloudWatch logs. So we go back to um, so go to environment variables. So we can see there's an SNS RM once again. So we want to document this. Is current set to RAM of notifications. So now we want to create a comprehensive report. So this is very important. So this is for all the services. So we got one is API gateway functioning properly aligned with visible through the provided endpoint. The Lambda function has correct logic but missing dependency. The issue requires a ID packages but not is available in this environment. But fails first create a ID. Land execution is a missing critical permissions. So you got here's a recap of it. So we got DynamoDB contact form table. Then we got another permission that SSS topic impact dependency is not fixed, cannot write DynamoDB. So DynamoDB is configured. Table is active, but written data. No items are being written due to Lambda um, Lambda issues. SNS topic and subscription is correctly configured, but is not confirmed. Is pending. Has had notification would not be received. So to basically land environment variables correctly configured, properly set to a SSNS topic ARA. So what we're going to do, this is what we're going to do. We're going to fix to get this to work. So since we got our little list that we can see what was going on, we can do this. We can actually fix it. So what we would do is we would go to we would fix the IAM role. So go back into permissions, click on that like so, click on the URL. We want to select the lambda function. We want to select it. So now we want to we go to roles. We want to type in lambda. Now let's go. Let's try straight policies. So I want to go basic execution. No one. Go. Let's go on this. So now we want to add permissions. Then we'll create inline policy. So now there's a policy we need to copy. So we got to make sure that we need to go into DynamoDB and get the I. So we can copy and paste this. Otherwise, it's not going to work. SSS. So what we need to do is we need to hit next. Then we need to name this contact form permissions. So as you can see, you got two. We got our two policies that we need. So we're going to create policy through. So what we need to do is we need to go to our email. So we confirm subscription. We hit this. So now we need to go back to. Almost done, you guys. So you can see it's confirmed. So we're good there. So now we need to go back to Lambda. So you need to erase this. Then we can paste this. You can see. And now we gotta deploy it, because if you don't deploy it won't work. So we got to deploy it. So what we need to do is we need to go to the configuration tab. So now we need to change this setting, but we need to configure it to the timeout. Put 12. So we could click on save. That should take care of it. So we hit save. And then we want to test um the we need to test the function through the API gateway. Once again. So we go back to API gateway. The post. Then you hit. Then we hit test. Then we put our put the JSON into here like we did earlier. So we want to redo it again. Now we want to hit test to see if we get a 200 message. That's what we want. And voila, we got a 200 message. So we're good there. We fixed everything. So now we want to go to DynamoDB. Oh, the process. So now we want to go to tables. Then we go to select items, explore items. Once again, fill up. So return, so we're good. So that validates our is working correctly. So now we go to our inbox. once again, see if we have any more. See if we have any. See if we got another. See if we got another notification from AWS. As you can see, we won, so we're good there. So this is what we have fixed. The exercise. So we have fixed several common different in service architecture. So we fixed API. IAM permission issues. Servers need to exploit with each other. This is a fundamental aspect of AWS security model, and understanding how to diagnose and fix permissions is a critical skill for cloud engineers. In external dependencies, landed functions need external dependencies that need to be built on deployment that need to be refactored to built-in dependency functionality. Sorry. The SSN, the SNS confirmation requires exploit confirmation before they can be delivered, often a overlooked step in the system setup. So, functionality timeouts maybe that interact require adjustment as workload. So, functionality address these issues will restore complete of the service for demonstrate troubleshooting and troubleshooting the systems for a cloud support engineer. So, I hope y'all like this tutorial. I really enjoyed doing this. So if you want to comment, share, and subscribe, there's 4 more that I need to do, and I will be doing some demos. Um, I'll do another demo next week. So um, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks. Bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.